welcome to the Boots blog. I'm Diane Bogino, and my guest today is Diana Rivenburgh, and she is the president of Strategic Imperatives, Inc. It's a global consulting firm that helps clients to leverage the tremendous power of sustainability to achieve prosperity, drive innovation, develop leaders, and create a better world. Diana, thank you for being with us today.
It's my pleasure, Diane. Thank you for having me.
Now, you left a very successful position as a vice president of a company right after 9/11 to start your own company, and this was in 2001, of course. I bet you've been quite successful, but in the work that you do, you found that people often get in their own way and block their own success.
Yes, I think that they do, and I think that people smarter than me have research that proves that. I know in my case, people might not think that that's a brilliant business move to start your own consulting practice post 9/11. And this year I'm starting a new consulting business, or I've started a new consulting business, Strategic Imperatives, and probably one of the worst economic times that we've seen in decades. But the first one was quite successful, and I'm sure this one will be too. What I found is that we can either be our greatest assets or our worst enemies. Each of us have huge internal obstacles that we need to kind of take out, look at, and examine those and figure out, all right, where do we go from here? Because if I'm getting in my own way, then I can get out of my own way and I can be successful.
Had do a lot of internal self-talk. Everybody does it. But we get perceptions both from the stories that we develop within ourselves, but also perceptions from stories that we hear from other people. So tell us, how can we break through some of the not so great perceptions that we have?
And there's just a huge amount of noise, I think, going on inside of each individual. And we've told ourselves stories. We've heard stories or read the perceptions from our parents growing up, from teachers, from people that we've worked with, from others. And we really need to kind of take out those perceptions and those stories and say, well, is this true or not? Does it go in the truths bucket, or does it go in the beliefs bucket? And if it's just a belief, well, is this something I really want to believe, or do I want to believe something different? Or if this isn't true, what is true? And then work with that, and not just take some of these perceptions as fact. They're not. They're perceptions.
And what people don't believe is we have the choice of whether to believe something or not.
We do.
So we can put it in any bucket we want.
We have a lot more control over our lives than many people think.
Good analogy. Diana, what do you think would be a good tool that people could use to reach their goals?
One of the more powerful tools that I found is around visualization. I've been trained in a program called the Extraordinary Self Program, which uses visualization as one of many tools. But visualization is incredibly powerful, and this is not just having an image of where you want to go, but really feeling what it's like to be there, and feeling what it's like to travel that journey to get there. And the reason that it's so powerful is that apparently the way our brains work is that we've got all these little pathways going on, and our brain doesn't distinguish very well between what we've really done and what we've imagined that we've done, what we visualize that we've done. So if we visualize that achieving that goal over and over again, it helps us to really make that change in a faster and more positive and hopeful way than we would if we didn't use visualization.
Many of us also, when we start even maybe visualizing the future, it becomes overwhelming to us, and we get caught up in all the things that we need to do. So tell us, how can people ferret out or calm down, if you will, and take a logical look at the sequence of things?
Yes, we've all heard the expression, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. From a story from my personal experience, I was living in New York, that's where I grew up, and I was looking to relocate down south. And if I had to look at all of the aspects of making that move while I was running my own business, working full-time, greatly established in New York, and thinking about, well, how do I start this all over? Find a place to live temporarily, find a home to buy, establish new business contacts, get new clients, make new friendships, build that community around me. If I had to think about all that stuff at once, I'd never leave the sofa. So, so one good strategy is to break it down into these manageable chunks and say, well, I can make a few phone calls. I can go online to realtor.com and check out properties. I can take a visit down there and just break it down into the individual steps and say, well, what can I do today? What can I do this week?
Mhm.
And little by little, that combined with this powerful visualization tool and other methodologies can really help you to get there. I mean, here I am 2 years later, and I'm living in the house I visualized that I was living in. And I have a new community of friends, and I've started a new business, and I put myself through school to go back for my master's. So there's so many changes that happened in the last couple of years that if I thought about all those at once and didn't break them down, it would be too overwhelming. I just stay in bed. So.
But proof positive, it
Yes,
works, right? Yeah.
yes, and it feels
You mentioned
good.
your Extraordinary Self program a while ago, and this is a program that you are certified in to help people with coaching, and so they can get in touch with you. And how long is the program? Tell me a little bit about the mechanics of it.
Generally, the program goes for about an 8-week period,
Mhm.
meeting once a week. It can be done one-on-one with individuals, or it can be done in groups. It can be done inside organizations, such as a corporation or a university, or it can be done just at a public group, getting together,
Mhm.
a group of mixed people who decide to sign up for a group session. And it's a combination of learning, of really identifying your own vision, your own values, your goals, your internal obstacles, which of those are really getting in the way, developing some strategies for overcoming those, and learning different techniques like visualization, like stepping out or disassociating from a situation, like ways to take your power back, improves communications, helps you to build new skills, new life skills, and new skills that you can use at work, that you can use at home, and your relationships. And it's very empowering, and it's not just going to the session, but it's what do you do with that once you leave.
Great. Diana, thank you so much for being with us today, and thank you for the work you're doing. And Diana's contact information is across the screen, so give her a call if you're looking for some coaching and you want to take control of your life and get your power back. Thanks for joining us on the Boots blog today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.